Yes, my dear friends, welcome all of you. How you all are? So hopefully you are fine, good, and yes, your preparation is going on in the well direction. So my dear friends, that session is for all of you who belongs to Andhra Pradesh. So Andhra Pradesh have released good number of vacancy in factory inspector, or you can say inspector of factories. Earlier that you have covered that exam in Jharkhand also, but only one difference is in Jharkhand and your state, because in the Jharkhand the question was conventional type question, but in your exam it will be the MCQ, or you can say the objective type of question, in which one, and question pattern is same, everything is same, the pattern is little bit different because here conventional was is going to be asked, but in your exam MCQ will be asked, right? That is only differences. Rest syllabus everything is totally common to all of you, right? So even you can refer that batch of Jharkhand, because every content is the same, but here you have to be practice the conventional type question. Okay, here you have to be go through the MCQ. So my dear friends, in this session what I am going to discuss, one topic is their plant layout, most important, and in all the exam which is related to the factory inspector question is going to ask from that segment. So in this session I will cover the plant layout, and at the end of the session, my dear friends, I will solve the question also, so that you can learn how many things, you can check how many things you have learned from that session, right? So we will start from the very basics, knowing you don't know anything about factories inspector or that syllabus, then we will start. Okay, and after once that content will be covered, okay, and after that what we will see the MCQ also, and that type of MCQ has been asked in your exam, will be asked in your exam, or you can say expected question, right? That all are. And yes, my dear friends, one usually student asks where I will get that PDF. So one WhatsApp group will be the pin in the description link of that video, and from that you can join the WhatsApp group where I will share all that PDF which will be helpful to you, all of you, right? So that all thing about that. Okay, so my dear friends, let's start the story with the plant layout. Tell me, what do you mean by the plant layout, and why it is necessary to factory inspector to study about that chapter, plant layout? Yes, my dear friends, it is very important, right? And in the recent years, if you see in the different state, factory inspector vacancy is going to be notified in different state, because there is a requirement of the factory, that is the requirement in every state we can see, that's why it is going to be asked. Okay, if you talk about plant layout, what do you mean by the plant layout, dear? Simple, see, we can see here first line about the plant layout. You can see here, plant layout in industrial engineering refers to the system arrangement of physical facilities such as machinery, equipment, workstation, storage area and pathway within the manufacturing plant or industrial site to optimize the production process. The objective to ensure efficient workflow, minimize material handling, reduce production cost and enhance the safety. That all are is the major objective of the plant layout. You have to be arrange the different things, different equipment, different material in such a way that your production system will run smoothly. You have to be care all the different types of threat, like sometimes fire can take place, you have to be overcome that, how the fire can be reduced, their chance can be reduced, how the material should be there that their process will be very smooth flow, so that there should be no any fatigue to the employee. Otherwise if the employee will be in the fatigue, obviously your performance will be degraded, your company or your factories overall production will be degraded if anything is happening. So my dear friends, here we can say the minimize the material handling, reduce the production cost and yes, enhance the safety. In one word, simply we can say about the plant layout refers to arrangement of machine, equipment, workstation and resources in factory to ensure a smooth and efficient production. That is simple way we can understand about the plant layout. Okay, what? Arrangement of machine in such a way, equipment, workstation and resources in factory to ensure a smooth and efficient production. That is the major goal of the plant layout. So what is the key point? Key point is arrangement of machine, arrangement of equipment, arrangement of workstation and resources in a factory to ensure a smooth and efficient production. That is the major goal of the plant layout. Now you will discuss the different types of layout is there. one types of layout. Here we can see, okay, what is the simply we can say the advantage of the plant layout. Obviously it is going to be the effective utilization of the space. Proper layout ensure maximum use of available floor area, avoid overcrowding and unused space. So what will be the, there will be the better productivity as per square meter. What another advantage of plant layout? A smooth workflow, material flow, material moving in a logical sequence. What sequence could be that different? Which type of layout is there? It could be line layout, it could be the process layout, it could be the fixed layout, it could be the combination. So different types of layout is there. I will discuss all about that. So that thing, okay, reduce unnecessary movement. Example, if you talk about in car factory, part move step by step on a conveyor belt. Reduction is a production time. Obviously if everything is arranged in a sequential manner, obviously overall time will be reduced. Suppose if something is there, distribution of the material, or you can say the raw material is random, so it will be very complicated or very time consuming to process any process. Next, if we talk about lower material handling cost, yes, better supervision and control, because if everything in the sequential manner, it will be easy to control over that, it will be easy to supervise the things, easy to inspection of the material, everything will be the easy. That is the advantage, easily monitor operation on all that. Obviously it will improve the safety also, proper spacing should be there, ventilation, obviously that is most important, emergency exit should be there, so that. Next, reduce the accident and hazards. Some example we can say separate zone for hazardous processes. And even you can, if you talk about a hazardous process, we can give some symbol, you can use there some symbol so that people can understand about that. Better quality control, right? Okay, employee satisfaction, all are. Now if you talk about how many types of layout, my dear friends, so basically there are 4 types of plant layout. Basically there are 4 types, out of which one is there line or product layout. What is the meaning of line or product? See my dear friends, in MCQ sometimes they are going to be asked what is the other name of line layout. Option will be different, one option will be the product layout, or sometimes what is the another name of product layout, so it will be line. That type of MCQ question you can expect are going to be asked in exam. So keep in mind line or product. What the meaning line? What the meaning of line? What the meaning of line, my dear friend? Simply we can say line means they will follow the certain rules, right? If you are going to be purchase the movie ticket, okay, now you are going to watch the movie over the phone, so no need to purchase the ticket. But okay, if anything going to be purchase maybe suppose you have to be take the railway ticket, you have to follow the queue, right? So line means what? Simple word you have to understand. Line or product layout is a types of product and layout used in manufacturing where workstation and equipment are arranged in sequence that follow the step of production for a specific product. This layout is best suited for what is the key point that you have to be keep in mind. Line or product layout is going to prefer whenever you have to do the mass production. That is the keyword you have to remember, mass production, or some standardized atom, you have a standardized atom, you have to do the mass production. In that case I am going to prefer the line or product layout. I will try to understand through some example. As a automobile assembly line, you talk about automobile assembly line, this is most famous example, right? Henry Ford, they have given a car frame start on a conveyor belt and it moves down the line. Workers or robot at a specific station at the engine, doors, wheel, interior and paints. This sequence fixed and the goal is to be produce hundreds of identical models daily. So suppose my dear friends, you are working, let's assume in a you can say the any automobile sector, automobile, you have to install the car. So how? First of all, you can say you have to be give the chassis, right? Here you can say the engine, after engine So one station will be there where lot of engine will be there. We will give the engine. After that, we will do another operation like you have to be at the door, you have to be at the window. If everything is getting cleared, then we will come to the next station where painting will be done, and after that we can do the complete arrangement of that things. So that is the meaning of automobile assembly line, is the example of line, or you can say the product layout, process layout. Okay, what line or product, not process. This is called product layout. Okay, fast food restaurant kitchen, you know, like McDonald you talk here, what is happening, grill station, burn toaster, you know, dressing station, that all thing you can see. Bottling plant, right, bottling plant, what is happening, first point here you will be 1 point, station 1. Okay, station 1, what is happening, you have to be put all the, you can say the cavity bottle, you know, empty bottle, here is a lot of empty bottle you have. After that we will go to the another station, let's assume that's S2. S2, what is happening, the filling of the, that simply we can say the bottle will be filling, there will be filling of the bottle. So you can say this, they follow the one sequence. First we will put the empty bottle at another station, that all empty bottle will be filled by the liquid, either it could be water, it could be Coca-Cola, it could be Sprite, it could be anything. And after that you come to the third position, S3, what is happening, you have to do the capping, and after that you can you know, go for the another station for the, simply we can say distribution, right. So that is it, S2, S3, that is called simply line or product layout. Line, because it is their operation happening in a line. One exam was there, Coca-Cola will work on which type of plant layout. So obviously we can say Coca-Cola, Bisleri, that all work on the line layout, we can say. Okay, station 4, okay, labeling, and station 5, packing into the cases. Similarly you talk about the electronics product assembly like smartphones, TV manufacturing, that all comes in that category. Like suppose you have to be manufacture a iPhone, so iPhone is what, so first of all what they will do, circuit board are prepared in, right. After that component are soldered or brazing, you might have understand about different types of welding process, soldering, brazing, or you can say alloyed welding. So first of all you have to be CB, and after that you have to be, you know, at, suppose that is one of the station number 1, here what will be, circuit board will be prepared, one circuit board will be prepared, after that component will be soldered or braided over that, so that will be the station number 2. So they are follow the lines, are you getting, they are follow the lines. Then a screen will be attached, it will be station number 3. Then unit is tested and packed with the product moving along a conveyor belt or you know, a specialized workstation. Similarly my dear friends, that are the some example of, you know, line layout I am going to be talk. Hospital laundry service, that also comes in that category, right. You know, chemical or oil refinery, that all comes under the category of that, right. What is the advantage of that things, my dear friends, you know, if you talk about advantage, yes, it will be highly efficient and the speed will be good, fast production of large quantity, because you know, and why, because you have to get the similar type of product, you have to get the similar type of product in a mass production. In that case you will prefer the line layout, in that case what, you have to prefer the line layout. Another is what, obviously cost will be the lower, reduce manual labor and material handling, obviously because everything is going to be automated, conveyor belt is there, one work is completed, after that another will complete, after that another will complete. Advantage, obviously less inventory is needed, because you know, if you have to do the huge inventory cost will be high, means you have to be purchase the land over the rent, so then you have to pay that, but in that not necessary, right. But what is the disadvantage, lack of flexibility, yes, that is the disadvantage, right. Hard to change the new product, because you have make a station, so if you want to change your product, you have to be change the station also, so it is very complicated. That's why I have told you similar type of product you have to be getting the mass production, for that I am going to prefer that, right. Disadvantage, simply we can say bottleneck sensitivity, right. If one machine is break, the whole system will be stopped. Like suppose as I talk about, suppose you are talking about the, you know, electronic industries, right. You have to be you are working in a mobile phone inventory, let's assume, you know, so if you are not going to make CB, then another process you cannot do. Suppose if this is breakdown, overall production will get breakdown. Suppose you have to make a car, once the line, suppose engine line is getting default by because of any cause, it is getting to fired or anything is there. So another process how you can do? If the no engine is there, can you add the wheel? Can you add the door? No sir. So if once station is going to be a problem or it is suffered any problem, overall production will get delay. That is the one of the disadvantage of that. Whole line will stop. Disadvantage obviously, initial cost will be the high. That all thing you have to be keep in mind about that. I will come on that point. So here what is the key point, my dear friends? This is called sequential flow. Each process step follow the directly from the previous one. If previous one is not completed, that means the process which is done by after that will never be started. It is something like a CPM part. If you are engineer, you must have been known about the CPM part. One activity will be started only when if all the activity before that is completed, then after that another activity will start. Same way in the line layout, we can say if one work will completed, then only next work could be started, otherwise it will not start, right? High volume, as I told you, high volume, low variety. Low variety means very less you have to be change the things, large quantity of the same product, for that you are going to prefer. Okay, fixed path, material move along a fixed path, often using conveyor belt or assembly line. Specialized equipment, machine are often dedicated to the single task. Here we can say sequential flow. This is for the sequential flow, mass production. Obviously you have a standard product for that. Here we can say you are going to do cutting and then assembling, then testing, then packaging. After that we will getting the finished product, right? Here also we can see same thing, right? So that point you have to be keep in mind about that. I will come in the question part, then we will see. Next is called process or functional layout. What their name indicate? Process and functional layout. What the name indicate here? Functional layout, simply we can say, first thing you have to be keep in mind, process layout is also known as functional layout, or functional layout is also known as process layout. What the meaning of functional? Means if you talk about functional layout here, so that means same types of work will be completed at one point. In this you don't have to be follow the any sequence, you don't have to follow that. If you talk about line, you have to follow the sequence. If one sequence is breakdown, overall production system will be get delayed. But if you talk about in the process and functional layout, what is happening here, we can see also known as functional layout is a type of facility layout in which machine or equipment that perform similar function are grouped together in one area. Like means, suppose if you talk about welding, so all the welding done with in a one given area, after that another performance will takes place. Suppose my dear friends, if you talk about your college, right, if your university, your college, so you might have remember that is mechanical department. So all mechanical things is going to be happened there. This is electrical department, all electrical things is going to be happened here. This is computer department. So no need to follow any sequence. If you are the computer background student, directly will go to the computer department. If you are from the mechanical background, directly go to the mechanical department, right? So that comes under the category of what, my dear friends, functional product, means similar types of product or similar type of function will be performed at a single given location, right? So that is the simple meaning of functional layout. Similar function are grouped together at one area. Like where you talk about machine shop, metal fabrication shop, right? One area contains only CNC lathe, another area have welding machine, and that way. Hospital layout we talk. Hospital is one of the best examples of functional layout, grouped by medical specialty and service. That is cancer department. So everyone, that is operation theater. So all the things regarding operation theater will be there. Suppose another department, chest department, different eye department. So all department are different is there, and all the works will be regarding if you go to the eye specialist or in eye department. So everything will be completed within that area, right? You don't have to move here and there. You don't have to follow the path, right? You don't have to be any follow the line. No, directly go to the eye department and all the process will get a start. You don't have to, it is not like that I have to be check the eye. So first of all I have to go to the check the what you can say liver and kidney, blood test, not necessary that all are na. So no follow any queue, no any follow any line. That's what it's called functional layout. So you have seen layout. Okay, process patients go to emergency room first, then maybe move to the radiology and finally to the surgery. That large scale bakeries also comes in that category. Custom furniture manufacture will come in all that. Repair shop you talk about, bank office, that all. Loan department will be there, check processing department, customer service department, all will be different that things. Even your college is also one is account department, that all things. So here we can see, my dear friends, process or functional layout. See, this is all the CNC. After that welding, so whatever welding is happening will be in that area, CNC work will be in that area, grinding will be in that area. Similarly, we can see emergency hospital layout like that. Pharmacy, all pharmacy will get at one point. Surgery will get everything in one space, laboratory like that. So that all comes under the category of process or functional layout. So basically best suited for low volume, high variety production. This is for low volume and high variety of production. High flexibility for different types of product. High flexibility, better visualization of machine and workers. Custom production is easier. But if you talk about line product, customized will be little bit difficult. But in that case, you can get it easier. Like, suppose you have work in mechanical department. Suppose just try to understand through an example. You are in your college day. Suppose you have work in the computer science department, mechanical and electrical. So you don't need to follow, okay, first I have to be go mechanical, then I have to be go electrical, then I have to be go the computer science. No, even you can go first computer, then you can go for electrical, then you can come for mechanical. No any rule is there, okay, first I have to be go there. No. So here it is flexibility the things. But if you talk about line layout, here you don't have that much of flexibility. You have to follow the sequence, you have to follow the line. Third is called fixed or position layout. What is the meaning of fixed or position layout, my dear friends? Their name indicate fixed or position layout. Fixed means it is fixed, or it is called position layout. Fixed or position layout, firstly layout a strategy where the product remains stationary. Means suppose, my dear friends, you have to make a aeroplane, you have to make a building, you have to make any large structures, any large things. So what you have to do? Can you work on the line department? Okay, you have to make a building, or you have to make a let's say what restaurant, or you can say mall. So what way? This is comes under the category of fixed, or you can say position layout. You cannot work like that. Okay, I will follow the sequence. You have to manufacture the aeroplane or aircraft. Is it possible to work on the line? Some part will be added. After that, aeroplane will go for another side. Then another operation will be done, then it go for another side. No, it is very difficult, it will very complicated. You have to construct a huge ship. Can you work on fixed or process layout? Can you work on line or product or functional layout? No, you cannot do, never, you can't never, you cannot do it. Why? Because in that you have to do the movement. Either you talk about line, you talk about functional. In all that case you have to movement. But you have a large structures, heavy structures, in that case it is not feasible. That's why I am going to talk about fixed and position layout. Here we can say production, production remains stationary and all the necessary resources are brought to it. Shipbuilding and aircraft manufacturing, shipyard and aircraft hangars are classical example. Due to the massive size and weight of the ship Boeing 747, it is impossible to move it between the workstation. Instead, teams of specialized workers bring tools, welding equipment, cranes, etc. whatever is needed, and materials, engine, gases, aircraft or vessel, and assembly it in a place, and it will be done assembly at in one place. So that is comes under the category of fixed or position layout. So in that you have to be bring all the different equipment, all the different materials, at one fixed location, and then you have to do the installed. That is one of the classical example. Here you can understand through that you can see now different position is there, they will come and added the value and go out. Same I have told you, construction site, building, bridges, dam, you have to make a bridges. Can you work on functional or product layout or line layout? No sir, it is not possible. Okay, building is there, first I will make column, then I have to make another thing, and after that I have to be installed the place where bridges is to be constructed. That never possible now. So building, bridges, dams are manufactured on site. The foundation, steel, cement, worker are brought to the sites, and the building grow in a fixed position. Large quantity assembly, manufacturing heavy machinery like power plant and all that. Spacecraft and satellite manufacturing, okay, on-site service, that all comes under the category of house construction renovation. Automated car wash, that all comes under the category of fixed. Key point, ideal for large, heavy and complex product, used in shipbuilding, construction, aircraft manufacturing, flexible for design changes. Combination or group layout, dear? Combination or group layout is basically they are going to be take all the different possibilities that we have seen above. That you have seen what above. So simply we can see that combined features of process and product layout. Process and product layout, their advantage they are going to be take. Key point, this is one of the mixed type of layout, flexible for different products, efficient use of space and resources, right. So my dear friends, now move to the some question part. Okay, that is the first question. I think you are able to answer that question. Plant layout primarily aims to increase labor cost, optimize production efficiency, increase inventory or reduce machine utilization. Obviously plant layout, what is the primary aim? Optimize the production efficiency. According to given option, we can say B will be the right answer, optimize production efficiency. Okay, so simply we can here see plant layout focus on arranging the machine and resources efficiently. This arrangement ensure a smooth production flow and reduce delay. It minimize the material handling and improve coordination between the process. Efficient layout leads for better productivity and cost reduction. Hence the main aims optimize the production efficiency. That is another question on the screen. Don't see the answer. Which is not the directly considered in plant layout? Lighting, ventilation, workers' salary or noise? Not directly considered in the plant layout. Lighting considered obviously, ventilation is also going to be considered, noise also. Yes, workers' salary is also going to be considered, but that is not a directly. So directly if you talk about, so workers' salary is not going to be considered in the plant layout. Rest, lighting you talk, ventilation, noise, all that is going to be considered, right. Come to the next question, dear. See, a smooth workflow in plant layout reduce. A smooth workflow in plant layout reduce labor skill, material movement, product demand or machine capacity. What will be the answer? What will be answer of that question? Number 3rd on your screen, dear. What you can answer? Question number 3rd on your screen. Simply we can say now, material movement. A smooth workflow in plant layout reduce the material movement. They are going to reduce the material movement. So B for Bombay is the right answer. That is next question. Product layout is best suited for customized product, low volume production, mass production or repair work. What you talk about? Product layout. Product layout is what? Tell me. So simply we can say product layout is designed for the production standardized item. Machine are arranged in a fixed sequence of operation. Line layout is also known as what, my dear friends? Come to the page number 1. If you talk, Am I getting? Line or product layout is the same thing, just now I have told you, try to remember. So both are the same thing, and clearly it is mentioned suited for the what? Mass production, right? So you have to be answer that. Even I have told you, try to remember, in that form they are going to be asked the question, right? Come to question, next question. In product layout, machines are arranged based on function, process, sequence of operation or worker skill. What will be answer of that? What will be answer? In product layout, machines are arranged based on you talk about plant now, you talk about product means line layout. They are going to perform or they are going to be arranged according to their operation. So sequence of operation na, like as I told you, automobile industry you talk, you have to be construct a car in automobile industry, so you have to be follow that approach na. First engine, then different equipment, then painting, then assembly, and then it is going to produce final product. So this is going to be based on the sequence of operation. So C for Chennai is the right answer. Question number 6 on your screen, all option came now. Okay, answer that. A bottleneck in product layout affect one machine only, entire system, worker only, or storage area. Bottleneck in product layout affect what will be? Entire system, because once work will not completed, before that another work you cannot start, right? Suppose you haven't made a building, you haven't made any mall, can you start doing plaster? Can you start electrical system installation inside that? No, unless until you not completed the building of home, anything, before that you cannot start electrical work. So entire work is what delayed. So simply we can say entire system. So bottleneck in a product layout affect entire system. So B for Bombay is the right answer, entire system. Simple we can see, in product layout or operation are interdependent. If one machine slow down, the entire line affected, right? This create delay and reduce overall output. Production flow gets disturbed significantly, hence a bottleneck affect the entire system. So my dear friends, that was the question has been asked earlier in one of the exam. That's why I have taken that exam. Okay, so try to remember all that things dear, it will be very helpful to all of you, right? And yes, as I have told you my dear friends, from here you can get that PDF. So as I told you, there is a one WhatsApp group which is free of cost, you don't have to pay anything. Okay, you can join here and you can get all the updates regarding batch, test series, okay, free PDF, all things will get there. Okay, preparation strategy, everything we will discuss there. So don't forget to join that batch. Okay, one description WhatsApp link is given there. Okay, question number 6 you have did. Question number 7 on your screen, process layout is also known as, answer that question. Process layout, line layout, fixed layout, functional layout, or group layout. So process layout is what known as? Yes, Chennai na functional layout. Yes, process layout, group machine based on similar function, for example or drilling machine are placed together. This layout support the flexibility in operation. It is commonly referred as a functional layout, hence both terms means the same, simply we can say. Question number 8 on your screen, process layout. Process layout is suitable for high volume of production, standard product, low volume, high variety, continuous production. High volume of production or standard product, in that case you are going to use the line or you can say product layout, line or product, right? If you talk about process, so low volume, high variety, C for Chennai is the right answer. Process layout suited for low volume and high variety of the things. right? So that is the meaning of that process layout. So C is the right answer. Simply we can say, even I have written process layout ideal for handling different types of product, right? Each product can follow different path through a department. It support customization and batch production. Flexible is its main advantage. Flexibility is one of the main advantage, hence it's suited for low volume and high variety production system. For that it is best suited. So keep in mind, process means different types of process, right, is going to perform. But yes, this is for the, simply we can say, low volume but different or high variety of the system. So at C for Chennai, we can see the correct answer. Fixed layout is used when product is small, product is standardized, product is large and heavy, product is fragile. What will be answer of that? When you have to be prefer the fixed layout. Anybody? Yes, product is large and heavy, right? Product is large and heavy, so that will be the correct answer. Okay, come to question number next. That is your question number next. Question number 10 on your screen. In fixed layout, movement is off. I am not going to see you option, answer. Option you have to be seen, not the answer. Yes, in fixed layout, movement is off. Product only, worker and equipment, raw material only, finished good. What will be answer? Again you can say, sir, in fixed layout, movement is of workers and equipment both na, both. You have to be manufacture any big structures like bridges, dam, mall, aircraft, ship. In that case you have to movement both workers and equipment, both you have to do the movement. So B for Bombay is the right answer in fixed layout. Some example they may ask. So we can see building, construction of dam, bridges, okay, even building, ship, aeroplane, aircraft, satellite, right? If you talk about space station, that all comes under the category of fixed layout simply. Okay, question number 11 on your screen. Which layout provide maximum flexibility? Maximum flexibility, which layout you are getting? Product layout, process layout, fixed layout or combination layout? What will be answer? Question number 11, what you can say? Maximum flexibility they are going to be give in case of process layout. As just now I have told one thing, suppose you have to visit 3 different departments in your college, mechanical, civil, electrical, 3 different department you have to visit. So you are flexible, very flexible. Either you want first visit your electrical department, either you want first visit mechanical department. That flexibility you have, but that flexibility you cannot get any other layout. If you talk about line, you cannot get that type of flexibility, right or no? So that things you have to be think about. Suppose if you talk about even hospital, suppose one people have 2 different types of disease, one regarding eye, another things regarding their stone, bone. Okay, so they are free, either they can first move to the bone or they can move to the eye department, they can move. So they are flexibility here you can see. So B for Bombay is the right answer. So here we can say, allow the different routing path, different job can be use the same machine differently, it support customization and variety in production, however it may increase complexity, hence provide the maximum flexibility. So B for Bombay is the right answer. Question that material handling cost minimized by random layout, poor layout, efficient layout, large inventory. Yeah, efficient layout, that is very expected, simple question, easily you are able to answer. Question number 13 on your screen. In product layout, equipment is general purpose, flexible, specialized or temporarily. Product layout you talk. What will be answer? Question number 13. What will be answer? In product layout you talk. Now process. This is product layout. Now, so obviously, no, that is not flexible. Product layout means line, so it will be specialized. So C is the right answer, specialized. In product layout, equipment is general purpose, no flexible, no, this is specialized. So C is the right answer. This is question number 14 on your screen. Which layout is used in hospital? What will be answer? Which layout is used in hospital? Product layout, process layout, right, fixed layout or line layout? What will be answer? What will be answer? Tell me. Yes, it will be the process layout. Which layout is used in hospitals? It will be process layout. 15th. Which layout is used in car manufacturing? Which is going to use in the car manufacturing? Process layout, fixed layout, product layout or combination layout? So you talk about car manufacturing, they follow the line, work on a line, so it will be the product layout. C4 Chennai is the right answer, product layout. So 15 will be the product layout is the right answer. This is question number 16 on your screen. Which layout reduces production time most effectively? Process layout, fixed layout, product layout or random layout? You know, production time most effectively. Which product layout reduces production time most effectively? Process, fixed or product? Yes, my dear friends, this will be the product layout. What product? Why, sir? Because in the product now they follow the certain, you can say the operation line. This thing will completed, then this, then this, then this. So there is a sequence. There is a one fixed SOP. SOP, you know, standard operating procedure. So we can get the one SOP in the product layout. So that makes it more efficient. Yes, that is another adverse is that once work will get affected, all the work will get affected, all the works will get delayed. But the thing, it is easy to control. We can see, okay, that's the problem. Simply we are able to recover that. Simply working start at that point and try to make whatever problem at that workstation we will remove and start working. So simply we can say C, production time most effectively should be a product layout. Question number 17, combination layout include, yeah, both layout, mix of layout. So it is a very easy combination. So C will be the right answer. Which is best for repair shop? Which layout is best for repair shop? Which one is best for the repair shop, dear? Repair, product? No, in product you have to follow the line. Okay, what will be answer? Process layout. Like suppose you are going to the repair shop, car repair shop, your glasses is broken, your glasses is broken. So they will ask, okay, go first check your puncture, see what is the condition of engine, then I will start the working on that glass. No. So in that directly they will start working on the glass because glass is broken. So that comes under the category of what? Process layout. So B for Bombo is the right answer. Question number 19. Okay. Question number 20 is also there. Which layout best for continuous production? Continuous production. So it will be the product layout. It is good for the continuous production. Right? Okay, my dear friends, that all about the things. Now, as I told you, you can start your preparation now because you have a golden chance to appear here. If you have some experience, all the different branch is eligible there. So, start your preparation. You have a golden chance to work in your state. Andhra Pradesh is coming with a good number of vacancy to all of you guys. So, work on that. And already you have completed different factory inspector exams. So, you have experience how the question is going to ask and how much content you have to be cover. It will help you out. Okay. So, my dear friends, thank you, and yes, good luck for your future preparation. And for any information regarding batch, any issue you have, join the WhatsApp, where at least 30% of the things we are going to be share free of cost. Thank you. Good luck.